Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. We're in Rockport, Texas, Business 35. Heading south, we're going to make our way over to Port Aransas, Texas. Probably have some stops along the way. 92 degrees right now and only getting hotter. We are pulling into Cove Harbor for our first stop of the day. Last time we were here, this was all under construction. There's a bait shop. I think that's the only bait shop here at Cove Harbor. There's a public boat ramp. Looks like they did a great job on that. That is free of charge. Very nice. Let's go over by Paradise Key and see what's going on over there. Paradise Key, I don't know if it's the same restaurant or not that was out on Key Allegro years ago, but that was also called Paradise Key. It was neat. It was right at the marina, and you could take a boat, dock it, walk up 4 or 5 steps, and be right in the restaurant. It was a pretty good wow factor whenever you had company visiting from out of town. We had access to boats back then. Good times. We would run other people's boats for them. People that only came down here for a weekend, a month, and just make sure everything was running right. So we had access to several boats at the time. It's nice to ride other people's boats around. The same thing with wave runners. A couple of families had wave runners. Like, yeah, we'll make sure they work. We'll go out and play for 20 minutes on your wave runner, no problem. This building to the left is a boat storage facility, and this building kind of became famous during Hurricane Harvey because it was just shredded, and that seemed to be the photo that wound up on the news all the time. But these buildings are complete replacements. The other ones were just damaged too much. Cove Harbor has several public bars and restaurants. Pretty good spot. Every day I come here and I feed a young dolphin. Some say it's a waste of time, but at least I feel like I'm serving a youthful porpoise. I had to be careful with that joke. No, I don't come here and feed a dolphin. That's Aransas Bay out there. It was funny, I was just looking up information. 3 different sites told me 3 different sizes of Aransas Bay as far as square miles. And one said 175 square miles, one said 194, and one said 225. So the internet is lying to us. There's Paradise Key, guys. Really nice view from that right-hand side. You used to be able to go to the rooftop. I don't know if they let you do that anymore. I think the last time I was there, you weren't allowed to go up there. And it's been about 6 years since I've eaten inside, maybe 5 years. There's Aransas Bay. That averages about 3 meters deep once you get out there, and that's about 10 feet. Part of the Mission Aransas Estuary, which is Copano Bay, St. Charles Bay, Mission Bay, Aransas Bay, and Redfish Bay. Now they seem to agree on how big the estuary was, which was 111,780 acres. And it's just funny that as you go to website to website, some have it in square miles and some have it in acres. I always think of an acre as about the size of an American football field. There's more public boat ramps, and as far as I know, they're free right there as well. I'm not positive about that, but I believe they are. Like I said, we're going to make our way over to Port Aransas today. There's an airboat, guys. For those of you that aren't used to seeing airboats, they're really great for fishing and hunting, and to get in those little areas out at the barrier islands, like St. Joe's Island is right in front of us. The back bays, even parts of this bay, Aransas Bay, where it's just super shallow. There's the boat barn again. Like I said, we're going to make our way over to Port Aransas, and I like breaking up the drive for myself and just stopping and seeing things along the way. They provide a great service here. You could tell them you want your boat in the water, and they'll fill it up with whatever you order. Ice and beer and soda and snacks, and have it at the dock ready for you when you get here. It's pretty neat. I miss in Rockport, they had a business called Roadies, and you would pull in and they would open up your cooler and whatever you ordered, beer or ice or whatever, load it up for you, and it was a good place to go, especially if you were in a hurry or you didn't want to deal with the line someplace else. And they always gave you like beer koozies for free and things like that. Let's continue to head south on 35. It has been a while since we've pulled in here. Cemetery San Antonio, and there's a historical marker up there, and I have that right in front of me, so let me read it to you. According to local lore, George Lewis, 1859 to 1895, donated 1/2 acre of land at this site to the Hispanic citizens of the area for use as a cemetery, provided that he be buried in the center of the land. Handmade stones indicate burials dating from the 19th century. The first recorded deed was signed in 1933. Years of wind and rain have rendered many stones ineligible. A number of children who died in the influenza epidemic in 1940, and many veterans of U.S. and international conflicts are interred here. A statue of San Antonio holding a child, crafted in Mexico, was brought across the border by the local priests for placement in an open chapel on the cemetery grounds. It is revered by the families of those interred here. It's a nice little piece of history, and that statue is apparently a big deal. There's a lot written about that online. We are heading over to Port Aransas, Texas. We're going to make a stop at Redfish Bay. My buddy Steve, good morning Steve, had suggested we check out Redfish Bay. Redfish Bay is this huge body of water right on the right, and there's a few islands along the causeway here that are open to Redfish Bay. So I thought we would go check that out, see what's going on over there. On the weekends, it's usually lined with people fishing, and since I'm filming this on a weekday, we'll have to see what's going on. I did read that between 1975 and 1987, millions of red drum were stocked here. I guess when you have a bay named Redfish Bay, you want to make sure there's plenty of redfish. I couldn't get an exact number of fish that were stocked at the time, but apparently it's still a great place to catch red drum, and from what I can tell online, flounder and sea trout. Did a little research on that, and then check people's Instagram photos to see what they were catching in the area. There's Redfish Bay, guys. There's someone all set up for a little long time camping experience. I don't know if they allow you to camp here overnight or if this is just kind of a no man's land. This is technically Nueces County, but I believe it's still considered Aransas Pass to a certain point. And then when you get right up by the ferry, the very tip becomes part of Port Aransas, even before you cross the channel. I'm just being very careful, make sure I don't get stuck anywhere here. It looks fine, very drivable today. I just don't feel like getting stuck and having to call our friends at 361 Off-Road Rescue. Do you guys know where fish keep their money? Do you know where fish keep their money? That's an easy one. In the riverbank. There are several islands out here in Redfish Bay, and some of them are part of the causeway. Hog Island, Ransom Island, Stedman Island. I believe there might be one more. There's the bay. You can see there's several little spots cleared out in case you were brave and wanted to back your truck right up to it. I'm 99% sure I could pull right up to the water, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to pass on that today. Our goal is to make our way out to Port Aransas. I did check on Vessel Finder. There's no ships moving right now in the Corpus Christi ship channel, which does come across part of Redfish Bay. We're just on a long stretch of beach here. The sign up there says ferry wait 15 minutes, so that's good. That's better than spending a big part of our day. There's another little view of Redfish Bay. Like, people aren't shy about throwing their trash around out here, are they? That's a shame, because you would think the people that come out here are mostly fishermen interested in fishing and the environment, and then you just see beer cans everywhere that could have easily been put in a bag and taken with them, you know. On the other side of these little islands, the northern sides, there at one time was railroad tracks, and they would use those to unload freight and cargo from ships. That eventually became a system that you could drive automobiles on, right on the rails, and then eventually a road. But you can still see some of the pilings are still over there from the railroad days. Railroad played such a huge, significant part in this area. Even Rockport used to be a major port for shipping, especially in the cattle industry. And when the railroad came, it kind of took business away from the port. Here's Redfish Bay. It's actually very pretty. Very cool blue colors today. Nice sky. Not much wind today, and just excessively hot out. A lot of you people left nice comments about the Luciano interview. I don't know why I'm not more outgoing. I don't know why I wouldn't want to go get food poisoning at a buffet while Luciano pocketed sausage on a stick. I can't imagine why I wouldn't want to do that more often. I think the last time I ate at a buffet, it was actually I went with Luciano to the Butter Churn, and there was some event where like a kids football team was there or something, like 40, 50 kids, and they were just trashing the buffet, and I was like, there's nothing here I even want to risk eating. When you get a big fat guy that doesn't want to touch your buffet food, you know there's something wrong. High tide must have spilled over and got this wet. I don't know, it could be from the little bit of rain we got. The bay is pretty. Thanks for riding along today, guys. We're heading to Port Aransas. Thanks for watching.